What's up, YouTube? I know it's been a minute since I made a lids pickup vid, but I figured, had a little bit of a back pile of some hats that I've been getting probably for the last couple months. I think some of these go back to maybe late December through January and into early February. So, let's get right into it. First, I do want to make mention of this deal that Liz was doing. I don't know if they're still doing it. I would imagine they are, but it's really cool of them to do it. Lids in store. Some stores will do the embroidery on the hats. If you buy a hat in store and you want to, have a little something special on it, whether it's like initials or a number that's important to you, or a some sort of like logo or, whatever. As long as it's not a licensed, deal, they can put it on the side of the hat. And they charge, a bit for it. It's not much, but, it's a little something. Of course, if you're a, a club, a Lids club member, you get, a little discount on it. But usually, they charge a bit, for it. And I don't usually get it done. I think I've got it done just a couple times. Put Mighty Fan on the side of a few hats, but this they were doing something in this deal that they started, I believe, like last week or whatever it was, where normally they would only do it for hats if you buy in store, but they were doing this deal if you picked up a hat in store, or even if you brought something from home, and they were putting either an 8 or a 24 with angel wings, or in the California state silhouette or something like that, some design, for Kobe, obviously, and it was free, totally free. Obviously, if you purchase that in store, it's not totally free, but if you brought one in, they would just put it on the side, and you just let them know what you want. They would do it for free. And I thought it was super cool of them to do it. As you know, all you have to do is look on eBay and type in Kobe anything. And the price gouging that's going on for stuff. Me being a jersey head, of course, the jerseys is just nuts. I'm glad I've had some of his jerseys for a while, because if I didn't, some of those jerseys would be a little more difficult to attain right now. There are others I want to get that have been on my list for a while to get. I just haven't moved on them. And yeah, it's probably going to take a little longer to get some of those, but it is what it is. But I think like I said, I think it's super cool. It's just a little thing, but I think it's super cool of Liz to do it. So I brought in one of my, I did this last week. I brought in one of my Laker hats there for them to put the 8 with the angel wings on there on the side. This is the hat I usually wear when I wear my 98 All-Star Kobe Bryant jersey. It's a hat I got at the Mitchell & Ness store years ago, specifically for that jersey, and I liked it because it has the stars on the, on the brim here, the purple. It just goes with the jersey. And of course, this was the first hat I thought of. In fact, I was wearing this hat that day with the jersey, so I just brought it in, and they put the 8 with the angel wings on the side. Very nice, nice touch to have that on there. And like I said, I think it's super cool of Liz to have done that. Because we are living in an age where, money is everything, and everyone's looking to get money in some way or form. Even, with the death of someone, they're looking to cash out, and, hey, people are paying it. I mean, people are paying it, so you can't, just look at the sellers. They're people just going crazy buying stuff. But, again, for Liz to do that, shout out to Liz for that. I thought that was a really cool, thing for them to do. They didn't have to do it, but they do it. And I don't know how long this is going to go for. I do want to get another hat done with the 24 with the angel wings on there. In fact, that same day I purchased the hat, and I'm going to show it first here, because I figure this hat would be good for it, because I can wear this hat with either a purple or gold Laker jersey, and I just got a black NewAir Snap, And the idea is to get the purple, the 24 with the angel wings on the side of this one. Just to have it on there. Like I said, it's a snap, but cool. So I do want to get this, to a lids, and even if I have to pay a bit, whatever, if they're not doing it and you have to pay for the embroidery, I mean, I would do it, but if they are doing the deal still, this is the hat that I wanted to, have that put on there. So that's one pickup. But anyhow, that's that. I just wanted to kind of make mention of that. I'm sure everyone knows, about this deal by now, but I just thought I'd make mention and also show what I had gotten to this point. So let's move on. Some more pickups. This one was a goodness, I believe this was a eBay pickup. And yeah, this was an eBay pickup. So I got this a bit back, but this was the on-field fit and also the draft hat for that year, and I forget the exact year of it, but it's a style that I like, and I want to get some more of these hats with this style. I actually, that year when they first started wearing these, I got the Eagles, of course. And I also got the Steelers because I like the look of it. I like the design. So it's the old Reebok Velcro back hat that that they wore. And I forgot about this. This was the hat that Mike Vick wore when he was drafted by the Falcons. So this was the Mike Vick draft night hat. When you see him coming up, he's wearing this hat. So, and I forgot about that. I got Vic jerseys, so obviously from that time period, so this will go with them. But I also got this to go with the other Falcon jerseys I have from that time period, like Dion or not that time period, but with this particular logo. So we got Dion, Jesse Tuggle, and various other Falcons. When they were wearing it with this particular logo from that time, from like the 90s and what have you. Even though this hat was from a different time, but the logo was the same, and the colorway was the same. So, like I say, when I get hats, I have jerseys on the mind to go with them. So, but I really like this design. So there's a lot, going on it. So you got the little, Falcon logo on the one side of the brim. Take the other side. This design goes all the way from the button all the way down, and you got the bigger logo here, right there on the side. And then, of course, you got the Atlanta Falcons on the front. And there's the underbrim, red underbrim. It's got the black kind of going around the front. You got your Vector logo right there for Reebok. It's just, back then, there's some weird designs or whatever, but the air holes were just on the back of the hat. And I think Puma did them like this, too. And I think these were done like the year after Puma did theirs, so it was still in that kind of design phase with the holes in the back. But and then you got the Velcro on the back with the Atlanta Falcons. Let's say National Football League, but it's got the Falcon logo again, kind of cropped there, but in that oval design. And you got the NFL shield on the top there. Nice hat, nice design. And there's some other hats that teams that I want to get in this design. So over the however much time it's going to take for me to get them, but I'm going to get some more. But there it is for the Falcons. And then this next one, this was a Poshmark pickup some time back, and I was real happy to find it because it goes obviously with a jersey, but it also finishes a set. So some years ago, NewAir made this line of hats for their Cooperstown collection for baseball, and they put the World Series logo on the side for all the teams that won the World Series. And they tried to make the hat emulate, the look of the hat that the teams wore at that time period. So some hats would not have the MLB Batterman logo. For the Pirates, they made the pillbox hat, various different things. And I have a few of those hats, obviously, that go with jerseys. So you might remember from one of my last videos when I was showing the baseball collection, Mitchell & Ness, baseball collection. One of the jerseys I have is a 75 Johnny Bench, Cincinnati Reds home jersey, Mitchell and Ness made. But the previous owner put the 75 World Series logo on there, which it seems to not wear in that World Series, but it still is an extra. It's flair. It really pops on there. And I remembered that they had this particular hat, and it's the Reds. This is the NewAir World Series hat from 1975, celebrating the 75 World Series. Of course, the Reds beat the Red Sox in that World Series, but this hat does have the same exact World Series logo patch on the side as it is on the side of that the sleeve for the Johnny Bench. So this goes perfectly with it. And again, the teams didn't actually have the World. I think the World Series logo patch started appearing on teams in the World Series. I want to say it was 1988. It was the Dodgers and the A's. I believe that was the first year they actually wore like a World Series logo on the sleeve and on the hat, or maybe at the time it was just the jersey and then the hat came later, or whatever it was. But that I believe was the first year. So in '75 they didn't, and you'll see a lot of hats made back then. These came out some years ago, but they made them for the Yankees. They made them for all the various my Phillies from 1980, and they didn't have the pat. But just a way to kind of, pay homage to those World Series and, the World Series champion, they would put the logo on the side. But everything else on the hat is supposed to emulate that particular time. So this is 75, so you notice it just has the single stitch C on the front, the white C on the front for Cincinnati, and it does not have the Barrman logo. So, because in 75 they didn't have the Barrman logo. So that's one of the things they did. Some of the hats I think they even put with the green underbrim. This one does not. They reissued some of these too, so I don't know if this is the reissue or the original. And I do have the 76 and the 1990 Reds World Series hats too, because I have jerseys to go with them. So there it is, Poshmark. These are getting harder to find for certain ones, and this is one of those. It took me a little while to find this one. It used to be that you can find them like nothing, and of course I didn't jump on all of them back then. So now that I really want one that I didn't get back then, it's a little harder to get. But I'm happy to have been able to get this off Poshmark. I think, like I said, I think this was some months ago. This may have even been December pickup, but there it is. 75 Reds World Series hat. Okay, let's get into, and I'll save that for last. Because it's most recent, but I'll save it for last. Okay. So these are fun. So this is one of those things. I love, the hat jersey combo wombo, but there's certain styles of hats from back, years ago that I really always liked. And this was a style that I always liked. But back then, I didn't really acquire too many of the hats for whatever reason, and they were available everywhere. I mean, I remember used to seeing them at Modell's, all the different stores or whatever had them, and I only picked up a handful back then. So now, if I have a chance at them, and I can find them in my size, because they're fitteds, I do want to try to acquire as many as I can. These hats back then were made during the Jersey Boom days. Jersey Boom days, like I said before, was the early to mid 2000s for Mitchell and Ness. And of course, everyone was wearing throwback jerseys, so they wanted to make the hats to go with them, and the jackets, and the whatever, the gear, to go with them. So these hats, to me, were always made to go with those particular, for that look, for the throwback jersey look. Just the big logos, the colors, everything. And these hats, they were made by various companies. The ones I'm going to show you are NewAir. They were called the pinwheel hats, and you'll see why they were called the pinwheel hats. So this set of 4 I got from Poshmark recently. I was able to bundle these together and get a good deal on them. So here they are, and these are vintage from the time period back in the early to mid 2000s, I want to say. But you got your pinwheel, so there it is. So you can see it's a tricolor hat, and it's of course for my hometown Sixers. So you got the Sixers bell logo on the front, big and bold. Like I said, the colors on these, they go with jerseys, at least to me. So you got that red, top of the bill, flip it under. You got your blue under bill. You got the side panels in white, and in the back of the hat is red with the smaller 76ers logo right there. Just, I love these. These, and I wish I got more of them back then. But actually, I'm kind of happy I didn't, because I don't know if they would fit me as well today as they would have back then. So I guess in a way it all works out. But I love these. And I have others. There are more that I want to get. There's some other teams that are just harder to find that I would love to get if I can find them. But I have a decent collection of these, and these are 4 more to the collection. Actually, there's a 5th. But here's another one. This is the Lakers. And each of them, they just had different various styles. Like this one has the dual color on the front. You got your purple and gold right there. You got the big Lakers logo on the front. Again, you got that purple going on the top of the brim, the gold on the bottom. Yeah, so much. Smaller logo on the back, but you can see why it's the pinwheel hat. It represents pinwheel design. If you turn the hat on, show it top up. So there you go. There's the Lakers. Like I said, some of these are just, to me, some of these are just awesome. I love the look of them. Got Seattle Supersonics. Again, just big logo on the front, solid white there, the green, top of the brim, the gold, bottom of the brim, yellow rather, bottom of the brim. You got the side panels in yellow, and you got that green on the back with the big NBA logo. Some of these hats just had the big NBA logo. Some of them had the team logo. It just really, it was whatever they did from that time. This next one goes with my Mitchell & Ness home Jason Kidd and Dirk Nowitzki Mavericks jerseys. There's Dallas right there on the front. It's the Mavericks hat. Again, now this time it just has the Dallas on the front of it. And you have the blue brim, green under brim, top of the brim, green under brim. The side panels are in green, and then the white, or the back rather is in blue. And this time it has Hardwood Classics logo on the back. So like I said, it just depends, which one you get. It's just going to have whatever it's going to have. Sometimes it's the team logo. Sometimes it's the Hardwood Classics logo, which of course you know from Mitchell & Ness. This is a Mitchell & Ness. This is a NewAir. And then sometimes it will have the NBA logo. It just is all over the board, but the bottom design is the same. It's that pinwheel design, and I really like them. I mean, I really like these hats. These are some of the ones that I look for. They're harder to find at times. Sometimes you have to do you got to get creative with your searches sometimes for hats or whatever on eBay or, wherever. But, if I see them and they're in my size and it's one I don't have, I either put it right on the cart or on my watch list, or if it's cheap, just grab it, whatever. Don't wait, because then you lose it kind of thing. And these are, like I said, these are harder to get. So if you lose one, you might not see it again for a while. So, but like I said, these are some of my favorites. And last but not least, this was an eBay pickup, and this goes with my Dr. J Virginia Squires jersey. This hat was made for that jersey. It's NewAir, but again, pinwheel design. But this time it has the different panels. So you got the Squires logo right there. You got the ABA logo, because that was, the Squires were in the ABA, not the NBA. So you got the ABA logo. Flip it around, and again, you got that Hardwood Classics logo. Yeah. In fact, Mitchell & Ness used to have some of these hats in their old store. I remember seeing some of these hats in there. Now, they had their own, but then they would get some of these, too, the NewAir hats. And they had them in their store when they used to be on Chestnut Street. Now they're on 12th Street. But when they were on Chestnut Street, I remember, seeing, some of these hats in the store back then. And I did get some. I did get some of the Mitchell & Ness ones, back then during sales, because during the sales you can grab hats for like $5 back then. Just and they had how many of them? All the ones they did. But so I have Mitchell & Ness ones too. I have NewAir, the various brands that made these. But they just pop. I love the big logos. I love the colors. Just, because when you wear a jersey, certain jerseys are just so colorful. And to have the hat to go with it, that's a colorful looking hat too. I mean, to me, it just sets it off even more, Like I said, there are people, they will go out of their way to match the jersey and the sneakers that they wear with it. And that's great. For me, I just go out of my way to do the jersey hat deal. And that's what I do. But I love these hats, these pinwheel style hats. I love them. I can find them. And it's a team I don't already have, a design I don't already have. I do try to grab them, when I can. So it does take me back too, because I remember these. I remember these back in the day. All right, last but not least, I do want to get to real quick here. I know I've gone on for over 20 minutes. I'm sorry. Just have a lot of things to share. I do want to share these last set here. So Mitchell & Ness did their annual winter sale. It started Friday. Actually, it ended tonight. Tonight was the last night. Sorry, you have to be in the Philly area to take advantage, because they don't take phone orders anymore. The best I know, and they didn't even advertise it this year. Until they were running it. So I don't know. It was a little strange, but no, it's 50% off. It's like the store's biggest sale of the year. And it's an annual sale. It's usually the week of the Super Bowl. It usually starts on Monday. This year they started on a Friday. And they ended it kind of early too. It didn't go a full week. But it is what it is. There is some construction going on there across the street from the store. I don't know if that's a reason or they just wanted to cut it a little shorter than usual. But, it is what it is, whatever. I went there. Shout out to my buddy, Mark M. He was there with me on this past Saturday. But, I was able to pick up some stuff. I actually went twice, so picked up a few things, here and there. But let's get to what I was able to get from the sale. So everything's 50% off, just about. There are exclusions, as you would see on their website. Jordan's excluded, Kobe's excluded, Mickey Mantle's excluded, Just Don is excluded. I would never, the Just Don, whatever. But that stuff's excluded. And there's some other things here and there that might not be 50. They might do 30. But most everything for this sale in the store is 50%. So I go to it every year. It's one of the things it's the annual, big sale there. So I'm there every year for it. So these hats were 50% off, and I got this is actually the Minneapolis Lakers back, actually the colorway and all, and it goes for that. So there it is. I don't have ML. I don't have an MPLS, I should say, hat or jersey in the collection to this point, but I do want to get one at some point, and this hat will definitely go with that. So here it is. Now this is kind of a lighter hat too. It's different material, as you can hear, but it's nice. I like the look of it. It's got the Lakers on the front, and it's kind of that different design right there. It's a snapback. It's also got the old logo right there on the back, on the side. I like that. I like the dual colorway going on here. It's not quite the pinwheel, but it kind of has a little resemblance of that, so I like it. So I picked it up. Next up, they don't have a lot of fitteds. Mitchell & Ness has kind of gotten away from fitteds. They've done more snapbacks of late. In recent years, but this was a fitted, so I grabbed it. Lakers, right there, the purple and the gold dual colorway there with the logo in the front. Mitchell & Ness on the back, fitted. So this was actually behind the counter. They had some Laker hats behind the counter, I guess, because with Kobe and everything, they wanted to put some stuff separate. But here's another one. This is a snap, dual colorway. It's also got this nice interior. Very nice. Mitchell & Ness on the back. Snaps, of course, because it's snapback. But goes with Laker jerseys I got, so pick those two up. Last but not least, for the lids pickups, shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. Shout out to Chiefs Kingdom winning your second Vincent Lombardi Trophy in the first in 50 years. So, it was good. Hey, Super Bowl 54 was a pretty decent game, I thought, overall. I was pulling for the Chiefs, for Mahomes and Andy Reid, to get his. Hey, look, we got ours in Super Bowl 52, so it was time for Andy to get his. And I was happy for him. I was. And for the Chiefs to win. Sorry to Niner fans, but, but I did pick up this hat, and this goes with some Chiefs, jerseys that I've had. I got Chiefs jerseys before they won, okay? So, but I did pick them. And I also like the design of this hat, the helmet hat. I just kind of, the side view of the helmet, I like that. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a snap, Mitchell & Ness. And last but not least, I got another one of those side view helmet hats. I got the Bears. And ironically enough, I was wearing a Walter Payton jersey that day, so I figured, why not? It goes with the jersey, it goes with all my different, various Bears jerseys, so why not? Mitchell & Ness snap. And that is it. There is no more. I know I ran through quite a few here, huh? But basically, as I said, these hats are, represent probably the past few months, from December until, I guess, early February, with the sale. That's what they all encompass. I'm always on the lookout. I'm always, eyeing things up here and there. I got a watch list just chock full of their various, not just the jerseys, but the hats too. It's just how it is. I look for them. So, and as we know, it's to go with jerseys. Sometimes, with the local teams, obviously, it's just because fan, of the team. So I do have lots of, various Eagles and Phillies and Sixers and Flyers and some college, local colleges and whatnot. And yes, Mark, I'm a Wings hat too. The indoor lacrosse team we got. But no, if it's not the local teams, if it's a hat, again, it's strictly in mind looking for hats to go with jerseys. And, so I have quite a few. I have quite a few. And there'll be more. So anyhow, I'm gonna try to make this more of a regular thing when I get some hat, pickups, to do a lid pickup vid here, and review. Some. I know that we are right on the cusp now of spring training for baseball, and they just unleashed the new line of spring. The batting practice hats and the spring training hats and. Even like the St. Patrick's Day, hats for spring training and whatnot. NewAir put them out, and some are hit or miss. The Phillies one I think is pretty sharp. I'm gonna grab that one. I've grabbed their batting practice hat for the last few years. I'm gonna grab this one. There are others I like, and they go with some jerseys. So I really like the Tigers. I think of all the ones that came out, I think the Tigers one just really, pops to me. What they did this year is they put they have the logo and they put it's it's the logo that most of them is the logo you would see normally on the front of the hat, but they put the team logo inside, so it's like it's in that logo, which is kind of strange. For them to have done it that way, but they wanted to do something different, and they did. And then they have the actual logo of what's inside the logo on the side of the hat, so you can kind of see what it is in full. It's like a smaller logo on there. And I really like the Tigers. The Tigers one to me, outside my beloved Phillies, of course, It just pops. I love it. It's the Detroit D, which you see on their hat, and it's got tiger stripes on the inside of it, and then you got the old walking tiger logo on the side, and I love that logo. And it's one that they don't use as much. I don't know why. I don't know why. Anytime you see like an old tiger's head, it's never the walking tiger one. I love that logo, and they finally decided to use it again. And so they put it on the side of the hat. It's just a navy blue tiger's hat, but it's got that D with the tiger stripes in there, and it's got the walking tiger logo on the side. Oh, that one's going to be coming. Oh, that one's going to be coming. But there's others I like, too. I like the Cardinals. I like the Blue Jays. Shout out to Hometown Fitteds if he sees this. There are a few of them. I think that really are hits, and then there are others that I'm like, well, no, that's a miss. But I like them. There are some that I like. I don't like the fact that the prices keep going up every year. I think they're up like $40 now for these hats. Now, obviously, you can catch deals. I know, you can always catch a deal here and there, but it's like, I remember when a fitted hat was $25. Now, back then it was still, money, but I remember when they were $25 and now they're up to 40. So it's like, okay, well, and there's nothing we can do about it. As a consumer, we're going to consume, so there's really nothing we can do about it. But the prices are just, yeah, they're going up. They're going up. And look, there are the hats that are more expensive. I know Hat Club has them for like 42 on average, and then they kind of go up from there. And then obviously you can get sale hats on there and whatnot, but the new releases are at least $42. And I know if you're in that the club or whatever, you get some, percent off or whatever, sometimes free shipping or something like that, but it's still like, yeah. And I love some of those designs and some of those things, but I'm like, yeah. And the problem with not getting their stuff when it first comes out, because stuff sells real quick on there. I've noticed. So it's like if you don't jump on it right away, it's gonna be gone. But what can you do? I know I've missed out on quite a few on there just because I haven't jumped on them right away, and then they're gone. On my size. So it's like, all right, well, wasn't meant to be. Unless I get it on some secondary market somewhere, well, that's going to do it. Or reissue it. That's it. What can you do? But no, the new NewAir. Check them out. If you haven't seen them, you can go Fanatics. You can go any of those places, MLB Shop, any of those places that sell them. You can see them. Full run of them. Like I said, summer hit, summer miss. I will be picking up the Phillies one probably at Lids so I can get a little percentage off because I'm a club member. And some of the others, the Tigers one for sure. I got to grab that one. But some of the others over time I'll probably grab. But anyhow, that's just my 2 cents on those. Obviously they've been kind of, working the rounds here in the hat head community. So, yeah. Anyhow, that's going to do it for sure right now. I know I rambled on again. But thanks for giving me 30 minutes, 33 minutes of your time. And like I said, I had a decent amount to share, so I wanted to just get these done. And I'm gonna try to make this a little more routine. I know now we're in the off season for football. Obviously, when we're in season for football, my main purpose here for YouTube is the Eagles. But now that we're in the off season, I can do some other stuff too, and with jerseys, with hats and stuff like that. Back to the roots, for me on YouTube. So I love the Season of the Fans series, and I will continue doing it. But I also do like doing stuff like this. Because this is the passion of mine also. Of course, the Philly teams, the Eagles, of course. By the way, all or nothing. Huh? Start Friday. You can start binge watching on Amazon Prime this past season for the Eagles. So looking forward to that. You get inside access and stuff like that. It's really cool. I love that series. It's basically Hard Knocks extended to the season, and I really love it. I love what NFL Films does. I really do. And obviously my Eagles are in it this time, so I love it even more. Although it would have been cool if they could have done a couple seasons ago when they finished the season with confetti. That would have been an epic all or nothing season, but it is what it is. Anyhow, that's gonna do it for me. Like I said before, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next vid, whenever that might be. All right, everyone, take care.